All right, anytime you hear that music and you're doing a Q check, because maybe you watch the news, the weather, whatever the case may be, come stop what you're doing and come take a look, because we are about to make your garden just bloom and make you so happy. Make it your happy place this year. Or maybe we'll even think about maybe a bill to ship to. A today's special value gets introduced at midnight. However, we can only keep him for one day because the price is going to expire at the end of the day. Phillip Watson Designs, his very first today's special value. This is his most reliable, most desirable, his #1 selling annual. And I know I'm talking about you like you're not here, but it's all about the color we're going to talk about. And here's the coolest thing. When they approach you, QVC approached you to do a today's special value, you did it the largest collection we've ever had.
Yes.
There are new colors here that you've never brought us before. These are the same plants that this man, who is a horticulturist, a landscape designer, an award winner, I'm telling you, even his own home has been on the most influential magazines, have been featured up and down the East Coast, including our dear friend Susan Graver doing her gardens as well. And this is what he uses. I know, I saw it. It's so good. It's so good. $5 a plant.
Yes.
Now, look at that. You're not buying that in a store for $5.
Right.
The comparable retail is $66. Our price today is $30. That means, at least for me, get one of each set, because we're going to give you 2 different varieties, 2 different sets to choose from. I shouldn't say it as varieties, but 2 different sets to choose from. One is pink multi, so think Monet and your pink tones. The other one is going to have the variegated leaves on it, and those will be like the salmon, more of the pop colors.
Yes.
All of them are good. Both of them are probably the best idea, and you will get 6 plants. Now, before we jump into them, auto delivery, I mean, even Barb was talking about auto delivery. Auto delivery, the nice thing about that is we will guarantee you the same price, no matter what happens in the world, next spring 2024. So you'll get it when it's shipped appropriately for your zip code. If I could jump up and down, because I will say this and I will still have somebody come up to me in the hall and go, but what do I do with it until it gets warm enough? And I'm like, no. It only comes when it's appropriate to put it in the ground in your zip code. So that's really important.
Yes.
Last thing I'm going to say, Phillip, is we'd love to hear from you, because you've brought these for years. We have loved them and had great success with them for years. So don't be shy. Call in. We gardeners like to share. All right. Phillip Watson, I get to spend an entire hour with you at 11 a.m.
That's correct.
Last night, 26,000 already spoken for? That's pretty exciting.
It's the hottest annual I've ever used in my gardens. It was a game changer for my garden designs because it absolutely delivers. The nice thing about the SunPatiens is that the hotter it gets, the more they perform. And when the rest of your garden is looking tired at the end of July into August, these are just carrying on like the party just started. And all the way to frost, when everybody's planting the fall mums, you've still got these. I like these a whole lot better. And they are gorgeous in the whiskey barrels. And as you mentioned, look at this. This is one plant. We'll go through the varieties. This is one. This is what one does. So each one in these pots, it's one plant. This is the pink collection right here. And the gorgeous colors here, this is what I did for Susan Graver's garden. These colors right here. Now,
let's go through the pink first of all, so everybody could start ordering.
Pretty pink.
Pretty pink, that one's new.
Yes, that one's brand new.
Okay.
This is orchid, and this is the lighter color, and I call this like the shadow on snow because it makes everything else show up. It's a great crisp color, great foliage, and dense plants.
Look at all of the buds coming out. Okay,
now,
oh, look at this one.
Control yourself now, because this one really rocks you. Look at close on the blooms on this one. Just incredible, because you've got the nice hot pink and then the deeper red star shape down in the center of this. This is really beautiful. This is called purple candy. It's also brand new. But let me just show you. Look how dense it is. Regular impatiens, which by the way will not grow in the sun. This is for sun or part shade. You open them up and you see nothing but ground. You open this up, you see nothing but stems and more blooms to come. That's what they do. They'll be blooming out of the box. And this, my dear, is one plant. You're going to get 2 of this color. You're going to get 2 of the beautiful orchid, and you're going to get 2 of this gorgeous pretty pink back here.
That's the pink multi.
Six plants in this collection.
Okay.
Now,
I feel bad that you're on your knees there, my friend.
That's all right.
All right.
I don't know if I can
join
get back
you,
up.
but one of us has to be standing to help the other one.
Now,
tropical multi.
This is the tropical,
Okay.
and this is the salmon. This is the color that makes everything else pop, and that's why I mixed the 2 collections together. Again, this is one plant. This is what
Phillip,
they'll do.
Over the years, you have worked with science and technology, if I could say it that way, to make them even more dense and stronger and more resilient and heat tolerant.
Yes, indeed, because I go right to the breeders, and I was the first person to offer SunPatiens on QVC.
Yeah, I remember.
All those years ago.
All those years ago.
But since then, we've got even better plants. So there is the salmon. You're going to get 2 of these plants. This is only 1. And then look at this. Look how hot this is. And when I first introduced this, we called this pink lightning. This one is the rose one. You're getting 2 of these, but this is only 1 plant that's in this pot. 1. And then the one that gets the largest
the white. Oh my gosh.
is the white one. It gets bigger than any of them. Look at that. Look how dense it is. Beautiful foliage, beautiful flowers, and the white makes everything else show up. But in the greenhouses, the foliage doesn't get quite as bright. But in the tropical collection, they have all got, like my shirt, this lightning struck color. So the more sun that these get, the more pronounced this variegation is.
Yeah.
So the tropical collection, all 3 of these, the white one, the rose one, and the salmon one, have this foliage on it.
Okay. And,
yes.
And just because they were grown in the hothouse, they haven't had an opportunity to be exposed to natural sun, if you will. So again, call us if you have these, because over the years, this has just been the #1 annual. And to think that you plant them in your own home.
Oh, because I wouldn't be without them.
Right. 29 years on the queue. Take a look. Your house is breathtaking. I said that your home in Atlanta, I remember when you first came to QVC, was on this very impressive magazine cover.
Thank you.
Award-winning. This is, talk to us about where that is in your house.
Well, I've got my aviary on the right-hand side. That's where I have all my pigeons and my doves. And look at all the SunPatiens. Each clump you see is 1 plant. That's what they do, big dollops of color. If you want something that reads from a distance, these do it.
And that's in the ground.
That's in the ground. Now here they are in the ground, and this is in Connecticut. And what I've done is I planted that golden creeping Jenny, which we have today.
At 11, yes.
And that is in front of that, so it brightens everything. And look at that big, hot looking collection. And then the beautiful pinks in the pink collections, just great color, the big blooms, and again, the genetics that get better every single year. I'm a horticulturist, and the science makes the beauty better.
Yeah, without a doubt. And it makes it easier, because literally with these, all you have to do is remember to water them. Once you plant them, which I think is the funnest part myself.
Yes, and we're going to do it.
And it's easy, because Phillip was very sweet. He said, how hard is this to plant? We're going to show you how hard it is to plant, because it takes a megasecond, so don't blink when we're doing that.
Exactly.
In pots. Now, I heard Ginger say that the bigger the pot you put it in, the bigger it might get.
And Ginger is absolutely right. It's like a goldfish. You put it in a little bowl, and it's going to stay little.
Yes.
It's exactly the same premise. I loved it when she said that. That's at my house, and there is the rose one that's in the tropical collection. That's the one I first brought here all those years ago. But you can see the gorgeous variegation on the steps, defining the edges of steps. Great in containers, great in the ground, but sometimes I do the containers also in the middle of the flower bed. But this really accentuates how the foliage makes a difference. My mentor told me many years ago that Americans understand flowers, but they don't understand foliage. Well, here it is, and this is why the foliage is important. You'll have blooms all summer long, all the way to frost. In the ground, in containers, in window boxes. How about a hanging plant? Hanging plant, and these are the most high-powered annuals you'll have, and because you're going to get an auto delivery, you'll have it again next year. Be sure to lock in. Yeah, definitely lock in, because if you're not watching the day when Phillip brings if I fast forward that far, you might miss out on them. So today's the day. The price is going up at the end of the day. That's really important for you to remember.
over. And you brought us new colors. I know you even tested these colors together. And you taught me a long time ago because I said, what colors should I use? And is that Susan Gravers?
That's Susan Gravers. I tested it out on Susan, and I knew I could not mess it up because she is such a fabulous designer. So that's at Susan's house here in Westchester. I'll be putting that garden again for her in May.
Oh, and she loves it.
But all the bright colors, you can see how it tidies up that area just beautifully. This is a garden I did in Connecticut that shows the golden creeping jenny and the SunPatiens in the back, and we'll show you how easy these are to plant. Be sure to pick up the whiskey barrels because I'm telling you, these are flying out the door, and look how light they are.
Halfway gone. So this is what you're gonna need. This will come right away, and 10% off when you use your Q card today in the code QCardGarden. But this is how simple it is.
Just like that.
Okay.
And the nice thing is that you just pop them right in the ground, and if you've ever fed birds or chickens, this is my time-release fertilizer. Look at this. You don't measure.
Oh, I didn't have to put it in the hole first or anything?
No, honey, and you also don't have to mix anything, so there's no mess.
I know,
and after you do your fertilizer, this is when you first get it. Look at this. Water that in. Now, this, middle of the summer, this one becomes this. The middle of the summer. That's the difference in the size. Now, we get to Labor Day. Are you ready? This is one plant.
Wait, Labor Day.
Honey,
so it made it through the heat of the summer, and look, and it's gorgeous.
Labor Day, when everything is tired except your second drink, this is the way that your SunPatiens are going to look. Just gorgeous and absolutely dense, and you can move these around in the containers. They're great for a deck area on either side. By the way, the collections, you're getting 6 plants in each collection, the choices. That gives you 3 matched pairs within each collection. So you've got a pair for the front door, a pair for the back door, and a pair for either side of the garage.
I like the way you think. Exactly. And you can buy these in multiple sets.
Yes.
It's like having Philip come to your house. Really, I mean, he chose these for us. So it could be his first today's special value from Phillip Watson Designs.
Yes.
Here we go. Here is that barrel. If you want it, I wouldn't wait till later in the day because over half the quantity is gone. And I keep saying 26,000 were sold at midnight. Sorry, it's 22,000, but now we're up to 25,000 anyway. So go ahead and pick them up. But Philip, I think what people worry about and what don't, and listen, I barely listen when I watch QVC. I just am like, oh, that's pretty. I'll have one of those. It will ship out when it is the appropriate time.
Correct.
We have been doing this for over 35 years on QVC. So we know, and these are top echelon gardening friends here, so they know when to send it in your zip code.
Yes.
So when it comes in the box, and they are beautifully packaged for you, do they have the Ellie pot on them?
Yes, the Ellie pot, which is a membrane, so it appears to be not even have a pot, so you don't have to worry about pulling a big plastic thing off of it and damaging the roots.
But
you plant this.
You can see this. Look how pretty this is already. You could almost see the strength.
That's from the genetics.
Yeah.
That's from the very good genetics.
Wow,
when we first brought them in, there was only one stem with a flower at the top. This has got multiple stems, and if you order online, or on mail order, sometimes you'll get this little thing like this.
Sometimes you get that at the store.
And I said, when I'm having my own brand, we don't do dinky. And this is one of the tropical ones. This is the way this is going to come to you. You're going to get 6 plants in each collection, 2 each of 3 varieties.
$5. The plants are $5 a piece. All right, I'm going to hold on to this whiskey barrel because I don't want you guys to worry. Can we stand in the middle of the plants because I think we have a caller.
Oh, good.
And it's Gary from Ohio. Hi, Gary.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Nice to meet you.
Hey. Yeah, I love the flowers. They're really pretty.
Oh, thanks, Gary. Have you ever had the SunPatiens?
No, I had never bought them from QVC before. This is the first time.
Oh, well, welcome in. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions? Do you know where you might be putting them, Gary?
Well, I wanted to put them in my front yard. I got a lot of empty space in the front yard, like around my bushes and stuff, and I was going to space them out around there.
Yes. The more sun you get, the bigger they're going to get. They'll also grow in partial shade. The trick is to keep them watered. And what I do, Gary, just a little tip, is I lightly mulch underneath mine, and that'll help conserve the moisture.
Okay.
But they get so big